all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, why not? But why don't we do that in the next episode? From the narrator. Ja, hvorfor gjør vi ikke det i neste episode, forteller? Jeg tror det er fordi at nå begynner denne episoden å bli ganske så lang. Enten det, eller så har jeg kortet ned. Så ja, takk for nå, ha det bra. Takk for at du gadd å se på, og prøv med på neste episode. Ha det bra. Nei, men hei sann du, og velkommen tilbake til Matias spiller The Stanley Parable. Da er vi tilbake her, og vi skal følge det som fortelleren sier denne gangen. Og gå inn her.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Okay.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want it to be something to come to, because we are just going in circles here.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Men det er ingenting som skjer nå da, egentlig. Ups. Oi, de er tilbake igjen. Ja, det var jo smart, Matias. Nå er du helt tilbake til begynnelsen. Ok, vi får bare gå. Vi kommer ikke noe videre i historien hvis vi bare skal gå frem og tilbake. Så vi får bare finne frem til linja igjen. Oi. Vi går jo bare rundt i sirkel, vi. Vi får vel følge linjen da. Selv om vi ikke vil at den skal bli en del av historien. Den er ganske tullete satt opp den linja også da. Går liksom rundt omkring. Nei, det skal vi ikke. Oh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay. Confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this
vi hadde kommet inn i dette rommet her uansett.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it, I won't do it, I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Hva det som skjer?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Hva var det som skjedde nå? Spillet restarta, tenker jeg.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ser ut som spillet restarta, ja. Vi får gå videre da, og se om det er noe med. Hva er det som har skjedd her? For jeg tror ikke vi skal avslutte episoden helt enda.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Skal vi gjøre som fortelleren sier? Ja, ok, vi gjør sånn som fortelleren sier nå.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Kanskje det. Skal vi... Nei, vi har allerede hatt den en gang.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nei vel. Vil ikke åpne seg det. Nei vel. Executive bathroom. Because the boss knows what the boss says goes if the boss served loose. Then that's what the boss chooses. Okay. Weird. For det er veldig merkelig å ha på hvorfor vi ikke visste ikke glasset speilbildet av Stanley. Ok, at vi er ferdig her. Så det er ut da. Sånn, så lukker vi igjen døra etter oss. Eller gjelder denne veien? Business strategy? Seriøst? Det virker så slemme mot mannen der. Seriøst? Oi, men se der. I am the most expensive boss. Jeg tror jeg tar heisen, ja. Hva sier du til dette fortelleren? Hva sier du til dette? Sier du? Hva er det du sier til dette? Oi. Fortelleren synger også det. Ja, men... Ja vel. Da går vi heller opp. Heisen fungerer ikke. Sjef, 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 sjef. Sjef, heisen fungerer ikke for...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Yes. Yes, no.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. Okay. Så vi spurte om hvis det er en Batman eller Green Arrow eller noe. Det er det. Det er ikke superhelten, nesten ikke er superhelten. Da går vi ned igjen. Ned til det mørke, mørke stedet. Døper bare. Jeg synes jeg hørte noen. Hva var det? Her er det litt doggete, ser jeg.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nei, jeg vil heller rømme. Rømme!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ok, da går vi tilbake. Nei. Vi skulle heller ikke høre på fortelleren mer, skal vi?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Hvem bryr seg?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Eller... ok da. Hva skjer? Au. Det må ha gjort vondt.
As the machine whirred into motion, Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the big picture. He doesn't know what he'll stop, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farvel, forteller.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ja, men den nye andre fortelleren. Hvem denne nye fortelleren? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ja, og hva denne nye fortelleren her å gjøre?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yes.